So with this background, I request you to ask any questions if you have related to spirituality and health or general enlightenment. When you are doing meditation, what is happening to you? Any doubts and any problems still not sorted? Like that, if you ask any question from there, I try to go into the subject. So that's why today you have to understand that don't believe in that Panchamahapathas. Believe in you. Believe in your internal consciousness. Of course, day one you may not stop your meditation or whatever you are following, you may follow it, but don't depend totally blindly into it. There is an alternative truth, absolute truth. It starts with meditation. And just 10 days ago, one of my senior master called, approached me a case with GB syndrome, Gardner syndrome. All the four limbs were completely. He is a young child, 17, 18 years old, completely into weakness. He is unable to get out of the bed. Of course, it is a temporary paralysis. Some cases they will recover, some cases the residual damage will continue. So doctors with 3.5 lakh, around 4-5 plasma therapies they give. And while sending him to home, because after 3 doses, so they took him home. Doctor said it may take 6 months to 1 year period to get complete recovery. That is what the words they told, and they sent him home. All the family members meditated, and there is one power guy, he is also in the picture. So he made him all positive affirmations, and you don't believe, on the 3rd day, he started walking and he started climbing the steps at home. All the way he did in the hospital is in ICU, not even changing the positions also, because of the bad treatment in the hospital. They never treated him as a human being, just dumping chemicals and doing therapy and following the course and telling them, just go and take physiotherapy. It may come in 6 months or 1 year. Suddenly it may come. This is what the course they have. Of course, the book says the same. But miraculously, he stood and started walking and now climbing the steps also. And immediately I stopped with that emergency support. We did some group meditation support and affirmations, realizing the purpose of the parents. So many areas we corrected which they have to follow for a period of 1 year time. So that's why there is always an absolute truth which gives us a miraculous path. Initially, whatever you are following, you just try to follow it, but parallelly work on yourself. Very sincerely, with truth. The only thing we have to do is coming out of the non-vegetarian diet. Taking the plant-based diet is very, very important, because this human vehicle is meant for only plant-based diet. The teeth and the gut, everything is only human plant-based herbivores vehicle. We should not destroy it with non-vegetarian food. We cannot put diesel in a petrol vehicle as equal to as that. And of course, doing meditation and reading spiritual books and listening to Pyramid Meditation channel, PMC channel, and PSM Global. Lot of programs are happening here. Every year, a major gathering happens with more than 2,000 masters. And if you participate in such major yajnas, there is a lot of transformation you can experience. And try to keep a good pyramid at home, a structured home, and try to sleep under that, meditate under that, and allow the children to play beneath the pyramid. That gives a lot of energy. So there are some basic tips to go in that journey. So initially, I also did my own journey for my own minor illnesses and a lot of doubts I used to carry. And then within few days, I got miraculous experiences interacting with masters, and that gave me further belief and some breakthrough experiences. Whenever my patients in my clinical practice they are getting benefited, then I took. So this is what I need to do. Because all my childhood dream is like almost like 6th standard to 10th. I used to, very crazily I used to think, I have to invent a tablet It should treat you from headache to cancer, and it should not cost even a single rupee. This is my imagination. That is a manifestation, almost like 5 years. When I used to see some medical stores, especially the Ayurveda, I used to see some legium bottles where almost 10-15 disease names are there. Okay? If you eat this legium, you will get rid of all these problems. Then I used to think, maybe I will invent a Gopal Krishna legium, GK legium, and that will take care of so many diseases. Because apparently no medicine can solve all the diseases, right? But finally, I landed according to the manifestation which I took in my childhood. Of course, there is a lot of past incarnation influence which I have seen myself, my past lives, and then that's why I took this shape by the universe. So today meditation is the only tablet from headache to cancer. No need to give any money to anyone. Practice good, intense meditation. If the student is ready, the master will appear. So the spiritual book or master, they will come to you and they will guide you to the next level. When I say spiritual tablets, when I conduct these workshops in rural areas, almost a day long I conduct this workshop, morning 10, evening 5. After completing the workshop, when I am leaving, one senior citizen sitting in the last benches, he will come and ask me, Dr. Saab, you sent the tablets, give me the tablet, I go home. Okay? So I don't want to put myself in that corner. So I will tell you some tablets. And then I complete my speech with the question and answers we conclude for today. There are 3 types of happinesses. One is Vishyanandam, Bhajananandam, and Brahmanandam. These are 3 tablets. Tablets means this is tablets. Okay? Not an ointment and a tablet. Okay. 3 happinesses means Vishyanandam means happiness through physical body. With these 5 senses, we take a lot of happiness. With food, all the 5 senses give you happiness. Bhajananandam means happiness through music and arts. That is Bhajananandam. And Brahmanandam, happiness through blissful means, through meditation. If you meditate regularly, one fine day, you will get the blissful experience. Completely, you will be immersed in that totality. It's happiness like immense bliss, almost like 1 to 2 months, we don't feel like doing anything. That much happiness we can gain. For me, as a medical doctor, of course I got that happiness. Whenever I work with the infertility cases, where they don't have children for 6 months or 10 years, something like that, after going through a lot of treatments, still they don't get. For them, of course, first we put them into basics, all tablets, all meditation, pyramid, vegetarian and all. Out of 10, 2 to 3 people will get children, and they come out of that karmic patterns. For some people, we need to work with the wisdom capsules. The top cream layer, I have to put them into this blissful happiness. So when they indulge in this blissful happiness, so that high old energy automatically open the blocks and they will get the children. The other area is like neurological illnesses, where there is a residual damage. Because neural cells, once they dead means the lifelong they are dead. You cannot rejuvenate it. That is the area where this blissful happiness opens those channels. And there are cases where the paralysis patients with a residual damage, after doing meditation and with this blissful energy, they opened it and they got muscle power clearly. For me as a medical doctor, not by happiness, I see by recovery. But for you, if you want to understand, you have to gain a complete happiness means, happiness is 3 means. Vishyanandam, coffee, tea, idli, physical happiness. Bhajananandam through music and art and culture. and then Bhajan Brahmanandam through meditation. So one has to understand that they say, hey, I have money and job is there, life is going very happily. Every day I am enjoying life. You are enjoying life only 33%. There is another 66. That is Bhajanandam and Brahmanandam. And there are three goddesses, Lakshmi, Parvati and Saraswati. We have to learn from them. We have to respect them. It is not just keeping their photo and doing puja daily. You have to invoke Lakshmi. If you have money, if you have abundance, now you have invoked Lakshmi. Invoking Parvati means energy and soul wisdom. Atmajnana. When you do meditation and read the spiritual books, understand what you are, if your purpose, now you invoke Parvati. And the third is Saraswati, means learning arts. Happiness in this physical life, in this physical plane, comes only through arts. So if you learn any of the desired art which you are carrying from childhood as a passion, because of this mundane material world, slowly we come out of it. At this age, how can I practice with the kids and family? Even though it's a great desire from the childhood, we never look into it. But when you do meditation, when you understand Parvati, if you invoke Parvati, lot of energy you have, lot of time also we will have. All the unwanted things will go away. Then we can invest the time in invoking Saraswati. I am learning my music practice since last 10 years. In spite of my very busy schedule, every week I conduct more than 40-45 meetings through Zoom for around 14 countries and in 12 languages. If you come to my virtual office in Zoom, there are 40 breakout rooms. People will wait like anything to meet me. But I spare time to do my music practice every day, at least half an hour to 40 minutes. So that is my Saraswati part. So Lakshmi, Parvati and Saraswati, all the three we have to invoke, not by just doing puja. We have to practice it. We have to learn from them. We have to invoke what they are meant for. That is what true Lakshmi, Parvati. Whenever there is a true Parvati and Saraswati, there only the Lakshmi is truthful. Otherwise, whatever the Lakshmi we have, we end up with paying money to the hospital with all the tubes in the ICC. We have abundant money, but every day you can't eat salt because of the hypertension, you can't take sweets because of the sugar, you can't take masala because of the gastritis. This is what the modern man's powers. Hypertension, diabetes and then gastritis. These three will take away all the food also you don't eat. Then what is the abundance you have with you? What for that gold, property, everything. So where there is no Parvati and Saraswati, there is no Lakshmi. You think that you have abundance, but you have zero. You are not having even that Vishyanandam also. Forget about rest of the two. Vishyanandam itself is becoming zero now. So when we invoke the Parvati and Saraswati into our life, by practicing it every day, then really we will have the true Lakshmi, that is real abundance, real happiness. So these are another three goddesses. And now, three levels of learning. The first one is labor phase, the second one is accountant phase, and the third one is officer state. You have to understand, in these three levels only we try to learn the truth. In the labor phase, we try to learn from every master, every organization, every book. We keep roaming everywhere, like a labor roaming in so many areas. Whenever you don't like, you leave it and you go to other area. Every day bread he has to be. Like that, in our own comfort zone, wherever there is a bit painful, it and we go to some other village. We keep roaming. Still we are good. You learn at least 60% of the wisdom out of it. That is the first stage, labor phase of learning. Roaming around the organizations, roaming around different techniques. Something or other they will do. Wherever there is a bit painful, they will leave it immediately. Like a labor leaving a organization. When it is a bit tough. Daily labor, what he do? Whenever there is a bit painful, he leave it and he will go to some other place. In the second level, in the accountant phase, when you cross the 60% of wisdom, then slowly some internal guidance you get. Some sort of experience, some dream or some thought power or some intuitive guidance you will get. Then to understand that, you start working with a master or with the inner intuitive guidance you try to follow. This is the accountant phase, where you are accountable to all your thoughts, your speech, your actions. If you are working with a physical guru, he will observe you constantly and he will keep correcting every time. If it is required, he will slap you also. So here, what he is slapping your mind, untamed mind, the patchy blocks that you have. So when you follow in the accountant phase, your dream and your experiences very sincerely, day by day, you will come face to face with your own inner egos and Arishadvarga. Kama, Krodha, Loga, Moha, Mada, Marchari. So all the black dots, patches that are there, they will be evaporating day by day. That is what actually the true Shisharikam. That's why they say one should practice spirituality under some guru guidance. It is partially right, not absolutely right. In the labor phase, there is no guru. You keep roaming everywhere and then you are learning something or other. But in the accountant phase, there is a guru, but not that external guru is there. If you follow your dreams, or if you follow your third eye, or if you follow your intuitive guidance, that itself is guru. But you have to follow it strictly. I will tell you one example from my life. How I used to follow my inner guru. I used to get Sri Shri Baba when I sit in meditation, and he used to give me telepathic messages. I am not totally believing in it. I used to think that's so easy to talk to Sri Shri Baba, but still I am testing meditation. So when I am reading in my MBBS final year in the library, there is a serious rain outside. By that time, it is the third month of my meditation where I am getting continuous knowing experiences telepathically to follow. Some things are happening, some are misfires, and some miracles already happened, but still I am testing this meditation. But I realized I have to follow my inner guidance for some days. Then only finally I can reach my destiny. That much I know. While I am reading the book, suddenly there is a thunder, fall on the tree on the right hand side of the building. So with a lot of noise, whenever there is thunder just by the side to the door, how much sound it will come, there is a clear-cut burn of the tree also. And with a great sound, I got a lot of fear, and then almost like I went like this. Immediately the Baba came out. And he said, "Why you are fearful? You are God. You know that you are God. Why you got fear? Just go to the terrace and stand there for some time. We see what happens." That means in the rain, if we go to the terrace, we know that there will be chances of falling a thunder on you. So I went to upstairs, the terrace. A little rain is coming, and I am trying to stand a sideway. Then he said, "No, wherever there is the highest place, there go and you stand. I'll see what happens." So I went there. There is some kind of pillars. I climbed it and then I stood on the pillar. You don't believe, within 2 minutes, there is another thunder fell on the left hand side of the building, on another tree. Of course, again with that great sound and fear, again fell on the ground immediately. So there the lesson continued about body fear, mind fear, intellectual fear, soul fear. There are 4 types of fears. How we get fears, what is the universal mind, how the individual mind will combine with it and we create the belief system. All that lesson continued for 40 minutes per day. Everybody in the college, they know that two thunders fall on the two trees and they burnt. Everybody started taking photographs. I only know why that scene was happening for me through Shirdi Sai Baba. It's the greatest experience to get out of the fear from me. Because in childhood, I had a dog bite. Since then onwards, whenever there is a dog, I ran away from the place. That fear always is there. But slowly by working on it, after understanding this fear lesson, I worked on all my fears. And today, whenever I go any home, most of the times, even though the dog is very, barky, they become completely silent, they will come and sit on my lap. I experienced so many times. And they say also, how strangely the dog came to you, that they will tell. It is a common experience for me. Of course, the dog, symbolical experience in the Secrets of Shamanism book, about the influential book, called so many pages, I downloaded and then I followed it with it. That is a different part of the story. Dog spiritual talent. So that's why the experiences in the phase 2, when you are an accountant, each and every experience you get, it will guide you like anything until you complete your third. So in the accountant phase, whether it is a physical guru or a dream or a continuous guidance you are getting in meditation, you have to strictly follow it for certain years or months. Then from the 60%, you will reach 95%. That is the second phase. That is where actually the internal guru or actual guru will help you to get rid of all that unwanted things that we carry in our internal system. And finally, the officer state means where one fine day you will realize that you are God. You don't need any guidance anymore, and you walk like God in the world. That is the officer state. That is called avatar Prakatana. You declare that you have reached. So that state is there. Initially I used to doubt, is it really happens like that? Is it possible? But one can see, if you get that oneness experience, where you will be absorbed into the totality, everywhere you see yourself, there you will completely absorb and then all your questions will be answered. That is what the understanding that oneness. And that is officer state. After that, it becomes like no look back. Every day you will get your own guidance and then you walk in your path. You may be just a household or whatever business you do. You look like a normal person. Don't think that you will get 100 arms and 100 hands. You will be normal. Patriji, after getting his own enlightenment, almost 3 hours, 4 hours he used to stand in the bus without a seat to reach one person to teach meditation all the way from Kannur to Anantapur. He is a living legend, he is God. But he has to stand in the bus and go. So life will be like as a common man only. Like Lord Krishna, all mischiefs he do, Ranadanga and everything, but we know that he is God. So that officer state means you know everything, that you are God, but you like a common man. You do get challenges, but you know how to crack it, and your meditation will guide you in the level, even in the 11th hour, you will get out of it. So this labor phase, accountant phase, and officer phase. These are the 3 most important states that we have to understand, that is how we ascend one after the other. When I said this concept, I want to understand how many of you understood this. Who thinks that they are in officer state or labor state or accountant state? Who are the accountants here? Raise your hands. Who thinks that they are accountants? Very good. Very good. Who thinks that they are in labor state? Yeah. Who are in the officer state? Very good. Good. Dr. GK class is not a story to sleep. Okay? I ask questions. it is a grading concept, so you should know where exactly you are. We start life as a common man, Chalakudu. From common man, we ascend to Shravanaru, means listener. We have to listen a lot, these type of classes and stories. Common man to listener. Shravanaru should become Grahak, means Grahak. He will grasp the truth. When you listen a lot of stories, then you will understand, oh, something is there in this. That is Grahak, grasping. So this Grahakadu should become Sadhakadu, means Sadhak, practitioner. When you understand something is good, then you start practicing it. Sadhakadu. So practitioner should become teacher, Bodhakadu. Sadhakadu should become Bodhakadu. When you practice, you understand it and you experience it, now you want to tell to others. That is Bodhakadu. Sadhakadu should become Bodhakadu. This Bodhakadu, if we stay in the same phase for a couple of years, 5 years to 10 years per se example, then he become Shashanadu, means ruler. Gautam Buddha, if you utter a word, that is a Shashan. Ahimsa Parama Dharma, it becomes a Shashan, like writing on a stone. So Chalakudu, from there to Shravanadu, from there to Grahakudu, from there to Sadhakudu, and then Bodhakudu, and then finally Shashanadu. So these are the stages during spiritual path. So if you are a very good practitioner and if you understood the truth, now it is your turn to teach. What you teach, that you learn most. By teaching itself, you learn a lot. That is another way of learning. And if you keep on teaching, one fine day, all your words become absolute truth. Initially, you have to listen a lot from the people, as a Shravan. Then only we can grasp the things. Whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, keep listening first. Others. That will one day, it will ignite. And we will grasp the truth. So that's why, if the people are not, believing, we try to give them a lot of testimonials. If they keep on listening to the testimonials, then one day they understand. Oh, okay, there is something in this. Then they will start practicing it. So these are 6 tablets. So tablets means this. Okay? Not paracetamol, Lomstal, okay, Lomafin, I forgot all the tablets. So these tablets we give to people after doing meditation based on their spiritual experiences, means dreams, meditation experience, coincidence, what they are reading in the book. The disease body part itself is a spiritual experience. Based on that, we give them different concepts, and within a span of 4 to 6 months, they will learn at least 60 to 70 concepts like this. That's it. That gives a major transformation in their life. Their thought pattern, okay, their speech, everything will change. When there is a change, the consciousness will expand, and whatever the disease they are carrying, whether it is their own disease, or family, or children, or social problems, financial problems, they are bound to go away. I have witnessed thousands of transformations. I got bored of it. But I am just happy to meet souls like you. That's all. Srimad Ramananda Govindu. Hi. Okay? Puranam is over. So, thank you everyone. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me to clarify whatever you can ask me in the group. I am always available 24/7. Okay.